What's going on? What's going on? Coming with it. Coming with it. Reporting to you live. Coming to y'all live. How y'all doing? Oh, man. How we doing? Welcome. Gonna get started here. If you got any questions, you definitely can ask your questions. If you have any credit questions, I'm about to pull over so y'all can be able to ask your questions. And just let you know, if you are just now tuning in for the first time to my live sessions, I try to do a live session every day between 1:30 and 2:30. Every once in a while, I'm a little bit late, or dealing with clients, or dealing with issues, dealing with problems, things like that. That does happen. Like today, dealing with a couple of issues. That's why I named this video today the Credit Problem Solver, because the whole goal of being in business is to solve problems, not to create them. And for those of y'all who do have credit problems, that's my job, is to solve those problems for you. So so the problem solver is in. All right, all parked and ready to go. Yo, Relentless coming through with the first super chat of the day, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for the blessings, man. I do appreciate that. Yo, what's going on? Oh, man. What's going on? How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all can see me okay. I had to hit up Tropical Smoothie one of those days. Relentless coming through in the clutch. You like, man, look, before you even speak, I'm sending you $15, man. So I know you trying to get me to drop some heat today, ain't you? You trying to get me to really drop some heat? Said, Jay, I need that knowledge today, bro. He said, bring it now. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. It's trying to stay consistent with information that I'm dropping with you all as well. And so, try not to let anything, throw us off from having our sessions. A lot of people look forward to these sessions. So I try to make sure that, of course, certain things happen. You know how it is, even in business for yourself. But a lot of people who have full-time jobs, their jobs don't even allow them to take care of problems, and it's almost impossible for you to be on time every day at your job. It's literally impossible to have it happen every day for 30, 40 years for you to be on time every day. If you're on time every day, I feel like something in your life is lacking. And that might sound contrary to what y'all believe, because everybody tells you, be prompt and be on time and all that kind of stuff is important. And, I know how jobs do. They want you to be on time. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be on time for certain things, but they have to be understanding that, you're going to be late sometimes. You're going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes late sometimes. There's certain things you just cannot plan for or control. Like my son likes to try to take a dump right before we leave the house. Like he decides, oh, Daddy, I got a boo-boo. We're trying to get out the house and leave. You know what I'm saying? But I can't tell my son he cannot boo-boo just because I'm trying to be on time. And now he boo-boo on himself because I'm trying to be at work on time. I mean, I'm like, hey, here, daycare person, you take care of that. And I'm going to go to work. Like, come on, bro. Certain things just beyond your control. Right now, on my way anywhere, they're paving roads. I had found a new road. They're paving 2 different roads. I was just paving 1 road. So you plan for 1 road, there's 2 roads they're paving. You plan for 1 hour of traffic, there's 2 hours of traffic because there's 2 accidents that happen, things like that, okay? So it's very crazy that people think that, oh man, you know, you can help being on time, you can plan ahead, you can leave an hour early, you can do all these things and still be late. You can get in a car accident. Anything can happen. So anyway, today we're going to talk about, you know, the credit problem. First, we're going to talk about the credit problem that I have, which is not particularly with credit. Not saying that my credit's messed up. My credit problem right now is that I just had a merchant account that just closed my account with no information, no nothing. They just said, we're not going to support you anymore. We're going to refund everybody. Period. They just literally just closed my account. They gave me a reason. Didn't say, like, I didn't have any chargebacks, nothing like that. Nobody disputed any charges whatsoever. They just closed my merchant account. Literally, they just closed it. And so anybody who's actually got a consultation, you know, from my assistant, Dom, or you got a consultation from me, you know, that's going to be refunded back to you. You're going to get that money back within 5 days, if not before. And, you know, I'm going to do an integrity check for people because I'm still paying my assistant. That money, I'm still paying her. I pay her every Thursday, and her money gets direct deposit into her account on Friday. So I'm still going to pay her for all those consultations that she did because that's not her fault. She's the employee. I'm the business person. I'm the person in charge. So she has to get paid for what she did. And so any fees that you have paid here in the past, if you paid a fee through an invoice, if you got an invoice here within the past 2 weeks, that invoice will be refunded to you. Even if your payment cleared, even if it said it was paid and there was no problems, that money is going to be refunded back to you. If you paid me for a trading consultation and we started trading with your, you know, we started teaching you how to trade here, because that's what I do as well, that money is also going to be refunded back to you as well for that particular first session. Now, some people are not going to pay. They're going to be like, okay, well, Jay, that's not my fault, and that's just a blessing from God. I got $25 back or $100 back or whatever like that. It's going to take it, and they're not going to pay it. But the people who have integrity, they will hit me up, send me a text and say, hey, Jay, you know, as soon as this money clears back up, how do you want me to pay you? You want me to send you a Zelle payment, Google Wallet payment, bank deposit, whatever? Those with the integrity will tell me that. And so if you're watching this right now and you did a consultation or you did a credit funding service and you paid $150 for that, or you paid $25 for your consult, or you paid $297 for your trading consult, or if you paid for an AU trade line package, something like that, and you paid through the invoice over the past 2 weeks, probably about 2.5 weeks. I'll actually go back to see exactly. But just know your money's going to be refunded back to your account. If you don't have an email about it, you will definitely get that money back in your account. Now, I don't expect anybody to pay any money right now knowing that your money has been refunded back to you. I'm not telling anybody, hey, just send me an extra payment. That doesn't make any sense. I'm saying wait until that money is refunded back to you. And then when that money is refunded back to you, just have the integrity to say, hey, Jay, I got the money back. How do I pay you back? How do I pay you to make sure you're able to pay your assistant and things of that nature? So just wanted y'all to know, man, you know, everything real. You know, I keep everything real on my videos like that. So, like, you know, I got, like, literally, like, it came through, like, and I was just like, what in the world is going on? You know, so this is not the, you know, bad, but these are my emails. Look. Return, return, all at the same time. Return, 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 payment return, 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 return. Okay? Now look at this. Like I said, I like to show everything real, so this is just a little pause for the cause. Don't worry, I'm getting to everybody's questions here. Okay? This is the email I got. Upon review, we determined that your account is no longer supports, we don't support, whatever, like, just out the blue. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to call them. They're telling me that they didn't close the accounts through the merchant. The merchant's through Chase. And I didn't even know the merchant was through Chase. I wouldn't even use them if that was the case because, you know, they're very particular about type of accounts they actually use. So, you know, I'm giving y'all the real so y'all just won't think I'm just trying to get people to spend money they shouldn't be spending or trying to lie or anything like that. Like, I show everything that I do, everything that I talk about. And if you know, you watch my sessions, you know, I always back up what I say. I just don't give out information and not back it up. So, yeah. So that's the thing about that. As you can see, I'm still smiling. It threw me off. I was at my chiropractic appointment when I got the call from my assistant about it, and I'm just like, "What in the world's going on?" I said, "Hey, no problem. Don't worry about you. You're gonna get paid regardless of what happens. I'm still paid out on everything services that you've done." Because I pay her based on a commission basis. And so she's going to get paid on everything. So that's thousands of dollars she's going to get paid commission on no matter what. And so that's just me doing good business, point blank, period. So I'm just letting the community know, you know, about what's going on. So you won't feel like I'm just trying to, you know, tell you anything that I'm just blowing smoke. Okay? So that's the first thing. Now, let's talk about your credit problem, okay? You got a credit problem. Don't worry, I can still take payments through other things. I have other ways to take payments. I was just trying to get a more of a seamless way, but a reason why a lot of companies are not accepting of merchant accounts through credit repair is because of the type of accounts that have happened in the past for a lot of people asking for chargebacks. Like, they'll automatically look at the account and they're just like, oh, it's high risk. Nobody requested any money back. Nobody said they had any services. Just because of what's happened over years with a lot of these credit repair companies, there are not a lot of companies right now that are accepting of anything that's dealing with credit repair. And so, you know, back to the basics for me, I'm not doing any type of like other invoicing. Now, if you do want to get a consultation of $25 or $150, I will take a credit card payment for that through my Square payment services. Then I'll send you an invoice through that. You can pay through Square for that type of thing. Anything outside of a consultation, you know, everything will have to go through either Zelle, through Google Pay, or you got to go make a bank deposit. Now, if you have a major bank like a PNC, BB&T, a Wells Fargo, Bank of America, a TD Bank, a Navy Federal, which everybody should have Navy Federal by now, messing with me and hearing me talk about them all the time and how to get one. But there shouldn't be an issue with, you know, sending payments. There shouldn't be an issue with using Zelle. And if you can't use Zelle, everybody's close to some type of bank. Whether you're close to a PNC, there's a PNCs in a lot of areas. Bank of America is everywhere. It's very easy to be able to, you know, make a deposit for your particular services, just because of the problems that we go through with merchant accounts trying to do services like this, because the industry has a bad name and a lot of credit, you know, credit processors or merchant processors don't want to deal with credit repair companies. Now, there are other companies out there. I think I found one that actually lets you accept credit payments through having a credit repair type of company, but they are very, very, very high in fees. The fees are so ridiculous. It's crazy. Fees are crazy for it. Not even worth it. And I would have to pass the fees down somewhat to my customers, and they're already paying pretty high fees for their services. I'm not trying to mark up your price for that. But I you know, right now I'm just not looking for any new merchants. Anyway, back to your questions. If you've got a credit problem, you definitely can ask me your credit problem. I'm just gonna go back and scroll through here. Oh, you say you made some money because of me? What you make? You done made some money? Bro, that's what I'm talking about. If you can use some knowledge and make you some money, I'm with it. George Roan, what's good with the trade line? What do you mean what's good? What's good with it? Did you get it? How can you get the trade line? Did you already message us? And actually put the link out there as well. Thanks for all your hard work out here. I appreciate that. Thank you. What's good, Biz1321? How you doing? Say, hey, I'm at work sneaking some time to watch. I like that. This is only if you pay through the invoice system. Yes, if you pay through an invoice system, this only applies to you. Every other payment services, everything's fine with those. I'm never having problems with those ever. It's just dealing with these merchant accounts is crazy. Tab. Yeah, so Tab, I think you pay for a service. Just look out for that refund. And like I said, you know, once you get that refund back, you know what I'm saying, please, you know, give it back. You know, people gonna be striving. No, this is from the Lord. The Lord done blessed me, gave me my money back for my services and all that. Like, don't be that person. Don't do that. Don't do that. That one dude that was crying about his $25 called the police. Yep, he probably did. He probably called the police. Oh man, $25, bro. I was scammed $25, man. That's probably exactly what happened. Actually, that might be what happened. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. He was so salty because my sister hung up on his wife. He was so salty about that. Yeah. Yeah, you can use Apple Pay. You can pay through Apple Pay. Like, I can send you a request through Apple Pay and pay right through Apple Pay as well. Like, it's, you know, Google Pay. Everybody has Apple phone. They got a Google phone. You have access to a Zelle account through a major bank. Like, there's no reason why, you know, there should be any problems. Andrew, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Okay, so, let's see. Now that I'm NFCU, should I close my Wells Fargo business account, or would that be a bad idea? Do not close any business account, especially if you're trying to get funding, because your funding is ultimately associated with how long you've had your first business checking account. So don't close that. You can move more money to your Navy. You don't have to keep a lot of money in your Wells Fargo business account, but I would still keep that open until you're able to get some money if you're trying to get business funding. Police for $25. Oh God, yeah, man, you'd be surprised. Like, you know, it's surprising. So, what name do I put if I use those other options to pay? It depends on what you're using. I have different emails and stuff for that. If you're doing like you're doing Apple Pay, I have a certain email you have to use for Apple Pay. If you're using Google Wallet, I have a different email for Google Wallet, because, you know, with Apple Pay, I'm using an iCloud account. Google Wallet, I'm using a Gmail account, things of that nature. So, what's going on, Keith? How you doing, brother? So, if you paid for some AU trade lines here, in the last like 2 or 3 days, you paid for an AU trade line package, or you pay for a credit sweep. Like I said, please be honest in your, you know, let's see. Sorry, looking at a message. Okay, but just please be honest about that. And I mean, I can look through and see what was actually sent back. Yeah, Tab, if you send me a text message, and let me know what email to send your request to and what service you would like me to send it through, whether it's, you know, through Zelle, Google Wallet, Apple Pay, or whatever. Let me know the information through a message, and I'll send you a request for your services through that message, okay? And I appreciate that. And you know, certain things are just outside of my control. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it more convenient because what I did before, and y'all notice if y'all been rocking with me for a while, I only took Zelle, bank deposit, Walmart to Walmart, something like that. But I was trying to incorporate and be able to help other people. I have one of my clients now who this client, actually his name is Tim. Tim, if you're watching right now, how you doing, man? Shout out to Tim. Tim is also one of my AU affiliate partners who he lets me use his AUs, and I pay him for the AUs that he adds for me onto his credit card. But Tim is at home, and he's, what I want to say, immobile. You know, he's not able to get around like that. And I didn't really go too deep into it, but I don't know if that's from personal injury, whether he served in the war. I don't know what's going on of why he can't, but he's not able to get around as easily as we are. And so I mail him checks. Anybody who gets added onto the AU, you pay for a package or whatever, I mail him checks out to his home, and that way he's able to use that check. He can use an app on his phone. He can direct deposit that app he can direct deposit his check from that app without having to do anything. I also don't mind, you know, going to the bank for him. If he wants me to go to the bank, I'll go to the bank and deposit his money. That way he doesn't even have to do that. But you know, I try to make it more convenient for my clients to be able to have other methods of payment, other ways to pay, so they're not feeling stuck. They're not feeling like, oh, well, I don't have the help to do this. But in my searching of doing that, I've actually had 2 merchant accounts shut down in the past 2 months, just off of trying to use something different to help my clients. So now, you know, after going through, actually trying to go through 4 accounts, but only getting approved for 2, and now those 2 being shut down. So it's like, okay, now I'm like, okay, do I keep chasing after more ways to make it convenient for my clients, or do I just say, forget it, I only take these standards of payments? And even if it inconveniences you, I'm letting you know that I have tried to get other things in place, but because of the stigma of credit repair, and for those of y'all who know, and y'all have actually, you know, gone through with a lot of different companies out there with credit repair and things like that, and some of y'all have gone through some companies where you didn't get your services done. Like, you paid somebody for services, and your services didn't happen. Even in like years back, some of y'all could remember some years back, you might try to get your credit repaired and you asked for a refund. And so because of that stigma in the credit repair industry, you know, most of these merchants out here, most of these banks out here are not trying to give merchant accounts to companies that deal with credit repair. And so, you know, I just have to, you know, convert, I guess, or change my method. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. Like, I am the person, like, I love problems. Like, some of y'all don't like problems, and that's why you can't grow. You know, I love problems. Like, when problems come up, I'm like, yo, that means I'm about to go to another dimension. That means that I'm about to be elevated, because my experiences is what makes me go higher. My experiences make me more successful. And that's what a lot of these parents nowadays, they're protecting their kids from these experiences. And that's why when they become adults, they're just basically grown babies, because they haven't gone through enough experiences and problems in life to be able to build themselves up. I like new dimension problems. Look, I've been homeless before. This right here ain't no problem for me, bro. I used to sleep with ugly girls just so I can sleep over their house and have somewhere to eat so they can cook for me. And I just sleep. Real talk. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. So this right here ain't no problem for me. I don't have a problem, really. Not no true problems. This is not a true problem for me. You know what I'm saying? I done been through hell and back. So this new dimension of problems, I'm like, bring it. Bring it on. This online beefing and all that people like to say, and people get on here and troll and things like that. Oh man, bring it, bro. Bring it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nothing for me. Twitter fingers. Oh man, I love that. Bring it. That doesn't intimidate me. That doesn't make me feel worthless. You know what I'm saying? You calling me a nigger and you're white and you're watching this, you said, man, you nigger. You niggers don't know nothing. No, that's nothing to me. That's what you got? Yo, bring it, yo. Just bring that. Oh man, you're not professional. You got a hoodie on. Bro, bring that. That's all. That's all I'm dealing with. I can eat. I got a roof on my head. I'm married. I got a kid. I got money in the bank. Bro, that's the problem you got for me? Yo, bring those new dimension problems. I want $1 million problems. I want having to get sued for $100,000 type problems. See, most people ain't looking for those kind of problems because they feel like, oh man, I'm not successful, bro. Like, I love that, bro. I love that, bro. Love it. Love that, man. So, you know, always expect problems to happen. And like I tell people all the time, and I've said this a lot in one particular video that I did in the live, but I said, the BS is coming. The BS is coming for you, bro. Like, you have to plan for the BS. I plan for BS. I know BS is going to happen. I already know stuff is going to happen. That's why I was already looking at other merchant accounts before this merchant account even got shut down. It's just that I didn't, you know, I could control them refunding all the money and all that. But, like, I plan for stuff like this. I plan in my head that something, I don't know what's going to happen, but some BS is going to happen. And some BS is going to happen to you. So some people right now are watching this and they're laughing inside because they don't want to comment because they know that, oh man, they're just watching it and be trolling and all of that. And they're like, yeah, I'm so happy Jay ain't, you know, he ain't winning right now. I'm just happy that something bad happened to him. You know what I'm saying? But that's something internal in them to where they have to feel that for them to succeed or for them to feel better, somebody else has to suffer for them to feel better. And that's a problem. That's a problem that I can't control how they feel, how they think or whatever like that. But I'm just to let you know, if you're watching and you're hand clapping and you're celebrating the fact that I'm having an issue, that's telling me something's wrong with you. There's something wrong within you. Like I was telling my friend earlier, you know, about marriage and how me and my wife, we never argue. And the reason why we never argue, I mean, we never argue. People say, hey, if you don't argue, you don't love each other. That ain't true. If my wife is mad at me, what I'll do is I'll still cook. And yes, I cook. I'll still clean the dishes. I'll still take out the trash. I'll put my son to sleep so she ain't got to. Give him a bath. I do everything around the house. I'll ask if she wants something to eat. I'll cook it. Or if she wants something I cook, I'll go buy her something to eat. And she's mad at me. She ain't even talking to me. But I'm still gonna make sure she eat. I'm still gonna make sure I do what I gotta do as a man. And I'm gonna check myself and see what I did wrong. Not what she said or what she did wrong. I'm gonna check me. What could I have done better? How can I check me and get me in order? Even if I'm not in the wrong that I feel like I am, something I did wrong in her eyes. And so I'll check me. I always check me. You can't check her. You can't check him. You gotta check you. You check you first. You get yourself right, everything else will line up. And that's how we don't argue. Because I don't have time for it, number one. What's going to be the outcome? You either going to leave me or you going to stay. And if I'm going to stay, I'm not sleeping on the couch. I'm sleeping in my bed. You going to be angry? Where you going to sleep at? You sleeping on the couch? I'm sleeping on the couch with you. Where you going? Oh, you sleeping on the floor? I'm sleeping on the floor with you. Ain't going to be none of that. We ain't sleeping apart. You going to stay married or you going to leave? Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, if you have an argument, it's nothing even that serious in the first place for you to be trying to leave about. So I know once you're done being mad, we going to talk or whatever like that. And that's it. But arguing, I don't argue. Yelling for what? That's immature. I'm not 15. We're not arguing about nothing. That's why people on here who want to argue with me about through chat, bro, I don't even argue with my wife. Why am I arguing with you for? I'm not going to argue with a grown person. Yo, this ain't middle school. You know what I'm saying? What I do things based on being successful in all parts of my life. And whatever is blocking that, I shut all that crap down. If you ain't about success in all parts of your life, keep that from me. Because I don't care, not one bit. Don't care. And that's why I'll hang up on you if you argue with me on the phone. I will hang up on you quick. When you're done trying to argue, we can talk like regular people, or I'll hang up again, and I won't call back. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, back to these questions. I know I went on a little rant. Y'all know how I am. Try to give y'all some real talk at the same time. Let's see. Look at these questions, y'all. What up, Gold Chaser? How you doing? And Tab, appreciate that. I'll send you that request as soon as I get off this live, okay? What's going on, Mr. J? The other J, J Roberts, how you doing? And Keith, once again, thank you for that blessing, brother. I appreciate you. Can I get the link for the new primary? There you go, Steven. Ashley put it there for you. More money, more problems, man. That's what it is, man. Well, look, you making more money, you'll have other issues, man. I talked to one of my other credit associates out there, and he told me, like, this is about a week or two ago. He told me he lost 20 grand. He had to go through and end up losing $20,000. You know what I'm saying, in income because of a problem he had to take care of. So it's you know, there's gonna be wins and losses out here, you know, but you know, that's just a part of business. Power tapping. If you ain't got no problems, you ain't doing something right, man. You know, that's how people are. Okay, no worries, Jay. F crying Becky. Wife still has it credit. Like, you the one who effed it up. That's how people feel like, man. They like, yo, Jay, I'm not getting my results. It's been 2 weeks, bro. What's going on? Like, I don't see results in 2 weeks. I'm panicking right now. What's going on? It's like, bro, I told you 45 business days, man. Calm down. Calm down. You want everything to be done so fast, but but yeah, that's too grown for people, man. They don't want to hear that grown man talk. They want to hear that little boy talk to keep them comfortable, to keep them being a player, to keep them you know, pacified. I'm not gonna pacify you on my channel. You come to this channel, you come watch me live, you will not get no pacification. You're gonna get that real talk. And if you don't like it, you're just gonna click off the channel because it's too much for you. You can't handle somebody being real with you. And so that might be a threat to you. So you're like, yo, let me close this page because this guy is being, you know, too real. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't like that. They don't like to hear that. They don't want to get that. Like, do you rather find out something that's real now? Or do you want to find something that's real or fake later? You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all finding that out in relationships, friendships, your frenemies. Not just business people. You find it out from people that you knew. You thought that was your homie. You thought that was your ace. Now you want to slap the taste out of his mouth. There's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? You weren't peeping game. You weren't feeling the energy. You weren't getting the right vibe from this person. But you still mess with him. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all women, y'all are attracting the wrong guys. And you know why. You know why you're attracting the wrong guys. You know this guy's similar to the same guy you were with before. So you already know the outcome. You just don't want to believe it till it actually happens. You're lying to yourself. You know? You knew what it was. You knew what was going to happen. And you went with it anyway. Why? Because something inside of you can't allow you to be alone and want to get the good guy. You like the bad guy. You don't want the good guy. You say you want the good guy, but you don't want the good guy. You want the bad boy. But you think the good guy got the good pipe. You think the bad guy got the good pipe. Nah. The good boy got the good pipe. You just don't want to. You don't want to talk to the good boy. You like the way he dressed. You like the way he talked. Then you get surprised when you finally get one. Anyway, that's for real for y'all. Go back to these questions. What's up, Jazz? So I called owning up on your part. Yeah, real talk, man. What's your opinion on the Experian Boost, where they look into your personal checking account to boost your credit score for paying your utility bills? Daryl Jackson. It's crazy because I wanted to even make a video about it and actually look into it. And so what I've been dealing with as far as volume, as far as like my volume of clients right now during this heavy this heavy credit time with people getting their taxes and spending it on credit repair, anything like that, I haven't even had time to even play with it and test it out for myself to even give it an evaluation. I want to make a video on it. Like, people think that I'm just, like I'm just sitting at home all day, not doing nothing, laying in my bed playing video games or whatever. I don't know what people think I'm doing. But I do a lot of work. I do a lot of work, and I still try to catch some of the phone calls that come through that my assistant can't catch. Not only doing credit card applications, going through 9 personal loan banks doing applications, writing up letters. I'm actually supposed to be going to the post office right now, but I'm not going to make it to the post office today. I'm going to have to actually go and do all the little electronic stuff tomorrow through certifications, or tonight through certifications at the little kiosk, and then just drop them off and go out tomorrow because I'm so behind. My wife has to do something to where I got to pick up my son as well, so I got to go right back out 30 minutes, 40 minutes down the road, pick up my son, give him something to eat, bring him back, give him a bath, you know what I'm saying, feed him, put him in the bed by 8 o'clock, and then get right back on the computer by 8:15, 8:30 after he starts asking me for water and crap that he wants to drink because he knows that, Daddy will bring him some water and stuff like that. You know how these kids do, they don't want to go to sleep. So doing all that, then getting back on the computer around 8:30 tonight, 8:15 tonight to try to start writing some more letters, answering calls, answering over 200 texts that my assistant might have fallen asleep on, you know what I'm saying? And there ain't no just sitting around just chilling. Like, when I say I'm doing work, I'm trying to take care of past clients, current clients, make sure I don't miss new clients where they're saying, well, nobody's answering the phone, trying to call people back. Like, this is not a game to me. Like, this is my business, and I work hard at making sure that it stays of a high integrity. So, I like people to know that, so they know I'm not just, sitting on my hands, like I don't have nothing to do for my business. Also getting a new assistant in place. Actually taking Ashley, who's one of my clients. Ashley Chalk is going to be one of my assistants as well. She's already a moderator on here. She will now be a new assistant as well, so y'all will be calling her, talking to her as well as Dominique. Because of the high volume I have, I got to pay somebody else. I got to ask somebody else to payroll. Who else to do that with but Ashley, who's been like my #1 fan for a long time. She emails me and calls me like all the time, not in a negative way. Sometimes she pisses me off, like, dang, Ashley, I just talked to you like 5 minutes ago. But she called again. But, I love it. I love it. And, but yeah, so you'll be hearing from Ashley when you call sometimes as well, just because I need to be able to take care of you all and be able to take care of myself, as well as take care of personal things, as well as be having more time to spend on making some new videos. I haven't made a new video and I don't know, it's been a while. I've been so busy, I don't got time to make a video. Like, y'all think I haven't made what was the news video I made? I think it was on the one I made in the garage with the board, as far as writing down different packages, or either it was that or it was the AU affiliate program. Like, that's been over 2 or 3 weeks, at least. And I don't work anywhere. Like, I work for my clients. That's what I work for. I work for my clients. I work for referrals. I work on making sure your files are put in and things like that. So I don't have anything else taking my attention away right now. I haven't even had time to focus more on my sweatshirts and t-shirts and all that, and my branding for that. So y'all can be able to buy more different colors of shirts, as well as, the Credit is Queen, the female sweater and hoodies. I haven't even had time to finish all of that just because I'm doing so much to make sure that the bread and butter of the business, which is repairing credit and answering the phone and all that, and is taken care of properly. So anyway, just giving you all that, man, so you know what's going on here. So I need that tax video. What do you think about the New Coast account? Is it New Coast Direct? Are you talking about the NCD? Very good account to have. I have that account. Now, if you're talking about, there's supposed to be another New Coast company out there, but if it's not NCD, I haven't messed with them yet. Okay, I got 6 primaries. My student loans is the oldest is 5 years. My Navy checking line of credit is 2 years old. The only revolving account I have is this. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Only account I have Is this enough primaries for adding AUs, or do I need more revolving accounts? That's good that you have all those open. Hopefully they're all in good standing. With your CLOC being 2 years old, that's really good. Hopefully you've been actually using some of that money. It does look like it's good. You will need to have another primary. Now you can still get funding with what you have. Excuse me. You can still get funding with what you have. The problem is you haven't been given a revolving account. And so with it being your first revolving account that's reporting, even though checking line of credit is reporting, that's still not considered a true revolving account. So they could say that there's not enough history to go on to give you a bigger limit on that credit card because they have nothing to go by on revolving. Doesn't mean you can't get funding. I'm sure you probably get, just with that, those 4 years or whatever, you should be able to get at least some 3K to even some 8K credit cards. Navy might probably give you a whole lot more than that. But that's still a good basis to start off with. You can also get some AUs as well to help boost that up and get even higher limits, Jamie. But you should be okay with getting some primary accounts that are major credit cards right now. I just can't tell you you're going to be able to get some 30, 40K, 20K cards with that kind of profile without having some revolving account showing. Okay. What's going on, brother? I have 2 to 3 late payments on student loans. Should I dispute the late payments or get rid of the whole account? You need to actually dispute those late payments. If you're going to be paying on that, might as well try to get those late payments disputed. If you're doing that yourself, fantastic. If you need some help with that, we do that for $79 and $120 per month. We can dispute those late payments for you. We kind of specialize in those student loans, getting those late payments off. But you're more than welcome to, try yourself. And like I said, if you try over a certain amount of time, you're not getting the results that you want to get, you definitely can hit us up and we'll try to help you out with that. Okay. D-Car, Pastor Troy. Real talk, Tab. I try to give that real talk. A lot of people ain't trying to hear me though, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Also with student loans, if you're currently in school, are the payments automatically in good standing? Do you only pay after you're done with school? Yes, if you're doing student loans that are Department of Education, stuff like that, yes. If you're doing private student loans, they can activate them even before you're done with school. So just make sure you're paying attention to your paperwork. A lot of times people get letters in the mail about student loans and they just tear them up. It's good to open them and actually read them so you know what it's telling you, because you don't want to be surprised. Because once they send that mailing out and you've received it, you haven't said anything, that means you automatically are responsible for any payments that might arise. Okay? King of Daniel says, so true. There are more factors than just having enough accounts. Yep. Thank you, Ashley. Michael McRae checking in from Albany, Georgia. What's going on? Sydney Slate said that Experian Boost works. I'm sure it does work. I just want to look at it and check it out for myself. Hi Jay. I hope people are gaining the true life knowledge as much as credit knowledge. I don't know. All I can do is my part, just like anything else. Just giving my part, man. It said keep the pressure on him, Ashley. Jerry, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Are you trying to get knowledge, y'all? Credit gives so much leverage to your life. I just turned 31 yesterday and finally get the seriousness of having good credit. You didn't tell me your birthday was yesterday, Ashley. What is going on? We talked on the phone yesterday. You ain't mentioned not one time it was your birthday. I'm gonna hurt you. Ashley. What's wrong with you? Did TransUnion change their fax? Okay, Jakia Odom asked if TransUnion changed their fax number. Now, I've been sending fax to TransUnion and getting nothing but that busy signal. So I'm thinking you're probably getting the same exact problem where you're getting nothing but busy signal. I just mail it in. Like, there's no point. I just go through and I just mail it in. Like, I tried to send it. It's not working. I'll research, try to find another fax number for them. But in the meantime, I'm just mailing it off. There's no problems, only solutions. Remember that. So if the fax ain't working, got to go back old school to get those letters sent off. Got to send them off. Ashley Chalk accounts clean. I've gotten sweep done by Jay's boy CJ. And in April, I'll be only down to 2 primaries in my whole account, but haven't bought any seasoned trade lines yet. Can I dispute late payments on a closed account? Lee Green, you can, but it's not always easy to do. Depending on how that closed account is looking, because it has that late payment on it, it's just better to go ahead and delete the whole account, just to be honest with you. Because it's closed at this point, it's not really helping you as much, unless it's an actual mortgage, where you want to keep that mortgage posted. But if it's not a mortgage, there's really no point in keeping it. Just letting you know that right now. Any one-on-one coaching for fixing credit. If you're trying to fix your own credit, if you want me to teach you about fixing credit, I do have fees for that. You can send me an email at inquiry or inquiry, however you like to pronounce it, INQUIRY, inquiry at J-A-Y, nosecredit.com. Not my nose because it's big, but KNOWS, nosecredit.com. Jonathan Harris, you just got into PenFed. Fantastic, man. You talking about PenFed or Navy Fed? I don't mention PenFed, but you definitely can get a PenFed account. Just know that they're going to pull a hard pull for you. I wouldn't get a PenFed until you're ready to get funding, though, if you don't already have a PenFed. Unlike Navy, you can do a Navy now. Don't do PenFed until you're ready to get funding. That way you can have one pull of your credit for your checking account and for your credit card. They'll use the same exact inquiry. Let's see. I'm telling you, man, my pain of being a young good guy. Yeah, man. When you fax information, do you use a cover page? Yes. Let me see if I got one laying around. Hold up. See if I got a cover page somewhere. I think I might have trashed. I have shredded some stuff. I do have a shred bag as well that I use to cover stuff. Let's see if I got one over here as a copy. Don't want to show any personal information, so I don't want to show you on the screen right now. Let's see if I got. Well, I need to shred all these anyway. Shred, copy, shred. Oh, go ahead and put all this in my shred pile over here. Got some files I need to shred. I can't show those on camera, of course. But yes, I got my shred bag. I keep a bag of just stuff I need to shred here. Take it and drop it off. I did have 2 shred machines, but I shred so much I end up killing the whole machine to where it can't print anymore. But I want to see if I had something in here. Just some other. So we already went through the other pile of shred stuff there. But anyway, yes, I do have one. Actually, I keep a copy. For those of you who have iPhones, I keep a copy in my Pages, the Pages app. And I'm trying to see if I can show you here. I'll probably delete certain information so you can't see it, of course. But let's see if I can get you one. What's going on? G5 Jets only. Okay. So let me delete this person's personal information, and I'll show you, what I put on the cover page when I do a fax. And let me change some names and stuff like that, change some addresses. I don't want you to see that person's personal information, of course, okay? Let's see. Just gonna change up that, change up some addresses. Bop. So when I'm doing one, let me show you here. I'm actually going to try to blow this up. Let's turn it sideways. Let me make it a little bit smaller here so you can see that. Take off this dirt off my phone. All right, so when I send one, I'm actually going to show you here. I'll send a cover page and I'll say attention consumer contact department. I'll put the name, first name, last name, the address. I'll put the, of course, name, zip code. Where it says request for investigation of, I'll do a request for an investigation of whatever their negative item is. I'll put in the last 4 of the social security number, and then I'll also put how many pages that's being faxed. So that's why it's very important, very important to do that part, just because they're getting all these facts. They can get all jumbled up and something can get stuck. There could be somewhere where something might get stuck and now they don't know how many pages they're looking for in your fax. And so like they get so many, like anything can happen. You're dealing with paper, anything can happen. It also could be coming straight to a machine. It could not be a printed fax. It could be just a regular e-fax. I don't know how it's coming to them because I'm not on their side to see it, how they have it popping up. The point is that I try to make sure that they know, like, look, this is 4 pages. If you don't see 4 pages, it ain't the whole entire file. I want you to see everything that I sent. So I mark that amount of pages on there. And I tell them exactly what I am trying to investigate through my dispute letter. So hopefully that helps somebody out. All right, let's see. If my longest active account is my student loans and it's in good standing, would it be smart to delete that account? No, it's not smart to delete that account unless you're trying to buy a house and the house is telling you, or the bank is telling you that you have a large debt to income ratio. Deleting that debt can help you close on that house and get a better interest rate or get approved. Other than that, there's no point in deleting a student loan off your credit. In my opinion, of course. Does PenFed give funding if you have a good file? Yes, PenFed does a good job with their funding. You can get about $40K maximum, I think, is their maximum on a credit card. But like I said, don't apply for a PenFed unless you're ready to apply for a credit card. You get 1 increase and a 2 increase if you do it that way. Okay. Let's see. Say, I need a USAA account, but have no military affiliation, DCAR. You will not get one. They're very strict. They will not give you a card without military. You got to have close family military to get a USAA account. I'm telling you right now. The only reason why I even have one is because my wife's father served in the military, and so also my sister, her husband is in the military as well. So it's very easy for me because I have the proximity to get a USAA account. You have to have that proximity. Haven't found a loophole yet, so that's where it is right now. Ciroc, gotta have it. Let's see, I have my jewelry already. Would it be worth getting the other primary you spoke about yesterday? I want to get higher credit limits. My score is in the 700s. If that's the only primary you have, you definitely need more primaries. One primary is not going to do it for you. It's better to have a maximum or a minimum of 4 to get the proper funding. Not saying you can't get funding. You can get funding with 1 primary, but you got a difference. There's a difference between funding and proper funding. So I try to make that clear, okay? More primary accounts you have, the better it looks, because they know you're able to manage a lot of credit properly. So I know you said that the account is closed with a few late payments to delete it. Does that go for closed student loans as well? Because for the most part, I'm in good standing on my payments. Yes, anything that's closed that you're not able to, pull back, you can't really pull back a lot of accounts. Now you can get some things renegotiated for student loans and get them all under 1 payment, stuff like that. But a lot of times when people do that, it still shows up on their profile that they had these negative, student loans. It might be now on with a new loan, but they don't do a good job of cleaning up what was already negative. So you definitely gotta get that. Jerry Westbrook, do you use eFax? I do use eFax for people to fax me. People can eFax me, but I don't do an eFax process. I'm old traditional. Can you delete federal student loans? Yes, you can. That's what I do. What up, Pacino? Jay, what if the student loan has late payments on it, regardless of you currently being in good standing? Should you delete them? If it has, late payments on it, you shouldn't delete that. You should just try to get the late payments off. Unless you know that you're going to just keep having late payments and it's not ever going to help you and you want to delete it, then you definitely can just get it deleted off. Jay, how can I get USAA if my sister's in the military? They don't give you the option to put that relationship. You need to get your sister to add you. Have your sister add you to the savings account. Once she adds you to a savings account, then you can actually go open up your own checking account. Perry Butler, I'm at Navy Federal right now. Hey, let's get it. How does applying for cards work? Do you request the amount you're seeking, or do they just give what they feel is best based on your file? That's how they do it. They give what's best based on your credit profile. That's exactly what they do. Anybody else have a question? Anybody else got a question? Did you say at some point that it would cost 10% of the student loan amount to get it deleted? I have $60K. The percentage is based on your total amount of debt. And I just have it by chart. So if you're looking at, you said $60,000. Let's see. $60,000 would cost you actually 7%, not 10%. I have it at 7%. I might have gave you an example, but I just based on my chart of how I do the pricing, it's only 7%. Okay. Should you delete closed auto loans? I have 2 that were good standing during that time I was paying on them. Do not delete any closed accounts that don't have any negative attached to them. Keep those there for the next 7 years. Let them fall off by themselves. You only want to delete closed accounts that have negatives attached. Okay? My score is 607. How can I get it higher? Perry Butler. Perry Butler, your score does not tell me anything about your profile. Okay? Your score can drop because of high utilization. You can have a 800 credit score one day, use your credit card up to 90% utilization, and your score can go down to a 590. From an 800, it go down to a 590 just because utilization is high. So seeing a score does not tell me what's wrong with your credit. Doesn't tell me how to boost your credit. There are other factors that can also help you boost your credit. So your example might be just pay your freaking credit cards off and your score go back up. Easy fix. Or get more credit cards, which you probably won't get approved for any because your utilization is high. Or add on an authorized user to build up your utilization and help it out, to lower utilization and give you more credit available. But then let's say you got negative items because your score is low because of negatives. Then you got to delete those negatives. There is no magic pill and there is no one word answer for everybody. So telling me a score doesn't help me give you a real answer to help you. What you got to be specific about is what's on your credit. Okay, you can call for a consultation if you want. But if your score is 607, so you got something negative on there. Something you don't know, something you ain't telling me. Because even if you don't have a lot of credit utilization, there's a late payment, a charge off, something keeping it at 600. Because worst case scenario, even if you don't have a lot of credit, but you already said you got utilization down 10. That means you got at least one credit card. You should be above 650 minimum, above 650. But there's something that you're leaving out, something that I don't know or you don't know that's on your credit. G5, no problem, bro. No problem. I tried to give you a call today. I did call you, but you know, we'll square it away, man. No problems. I was busy anyway. I'm just trying to make sure I reach out. When I say I'm gonna reach out, I try to reach out. So, could anyone with a USAA account add you to their savings account? No, it has to be an actual close relative. Jay, the breakdown you gave me in the cost inquiry sweep. Can I purchase the inquiry deal and that sweep in a couple of weeks just to get started? Yeah. So you don't have to get a package, something like that. You can pay for everything individually. Just know that if you're getting a package, or if you want a package and you get priced for a package, and you only get one item out of that package, you're not paying the same price you were paying before. You're going to pay for that one item that you're getting. You know what I'm saying? Because doing the package is how you get a discount. You already know that. You go to the store, you buy 3 things, you get it for this price. Unless it's Harris Teeter, because they're going to give you the price anyway. But you know, if you're getting a meal deal, whatever, you might be getting $1 or $2 off because you're getting it all together. You get it individually, the price is going to be different. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that you got a package deal. I'm just letting you know that paying for them a la carte is going to give you a different price most of the time. Also talk about what a profile has to look to get a minimum of $10,000 credit card. I have 4 AUs and 3 primaries with primary max amount of $5K. What do I have to add to get a $10K credit card? Kurt Clouden. All right, Kurt. Here's one thing, Kurt. Having an AU doesn't automatically mean that you'll get funding. That AU has to fit your credit profile. You can get an AU from your cousin, your friend, your girlfriend. Your girlfriend might have 1 year of history. Okay, that 1 year of history might help utilization, but it didn't give you the credit power that you might have wanted. So tell me just an AU, and you got 4 of them, doesn't tell me the history of the AUs. Do the AUs have 100% on-time payments for the whole entire time that card's been open? Does the AU have high utilization? Does it have low utilization? If it has a high utilization, it's not helping you. Low utilization is what's going to help you. Does it have a lot of history attached to it? And does that history coincide with your age? These things you got to ask yourself. Okay? So, even with that, you got a 5K line of credit. That's great. Hopefully your utilization is down to 10% or less before you start applying. Okay? And everything's good with the AUs. Okay, great. It does have years of history. It ain't no 6 months, no 1 year only. The years definitely matter. Okay, utilization is less than 5%. Okay, fantastic. All right. And so you've already got enough primaries. How old are your primaries? No, you got 3 primaries. The max amount is 5K, but how old are they? Are they at least a year old? Got 4 years, 14,500, 5K in less than a year. For the primary, yes, okay. Do you have any of your primaries that are over 1 year? Are all of them less than a year? And now that you've added those AUs, what is your average years of history? Is your average years of history, is it over 5 years? Over a year for Capital One. Fantastic. So you should be good. As long as you don't have any negatives, you should be able to go to Navy Federal right now and get a 20K card today. That should be nothing for you. As long as your utilization is low, you should be able to get a card right now. If you need help or you're not sure about your funding, processes and the way you want to apply it, I will apply for you through my funding services. But if you want to get a card today, man, you can just get a card $20K today just with Navy Fed. Should be nothing for you as long as your credit profile is clean, man. You should be all good. Hi, Jay. Do you know why my student loans continue to fluctuate up and down monthly? Yes, because of interest. Federal student loans continue to increase and decrease the amount owed. It's frustrating. Yep, interest. Your stuff is going to gain interest. They're going to put interest. They're going to put fees on top of it, stuff like that. If you're paying on them, of course, that helps. But if you're paying the minimum amount, whatever that interest rate is, it's definitely going to always fluctuate. Always. Unless you're putting down a big amount on top of it and trying to get rid of them. How much to take care of a $17,000 student loan? That's the only debt I have. My score is 700 even right now with the debt. Now, since the student loan, is it a negative student loan, sir? Or is it just you just don't want to have the debt attached? So that student loan might be your oldest account. And if it doesn't have anything negative attached to it, why do you want to take it off? If you do, that's fine. I just want to know. Okay. Hey, bro, how many credit cards can someone apply for within 2 to 3 month span with 700 plus? No derogatories or anything. 3 primaries with 12 years of history. Stan Scandrit. Okay. Let's see. If you got 3 primaries with 6 years, Stan, and you have 100% payment history, Stan, you need to send me an email at inquiry@jknowscredit.com, Stan. If you want to sell those AUs, definitely can, if you can use the money, I can definitely have some clients be added on to your AUs. You can add them on yourself, and I'll send you a payment for those if you're looking to make some additional money. We'll talk about that. But, you definitely can make some money from those AUs, I promise you. So, yeah, definitely hit me up. Send me an email or something with your phone number, and let us talk about how we can make some money together, sir. But other than that, to answer your question, the 700 plus is fantastic. 3 primaries is fantastic. How many you can get? I apply for 15. And I would not wait in the 3-month time period. I apply for all 15 in one day. And I'd apply for 5 per bureau. I apply for 5 for Equifax, 5 for Experian, 5 for TransUnion. That's what I apply for. If you don't know what credit bureau pulls what, you can research that, or you can have me do it, and I'll do it. Because that way you only get 5 inquiries. You get 5 inquiries on TransUnion, 5 inquiries on Equifax, 5 inquiries on Experian. And so it's only going to pull those. So when you actually go apply, let's say you did 5 with Experian, then you go apply for a Navy Federal credit card, they're not going to see those 5 that got pulled with Experian. All they're going to see is what's on TransUnion. And so you could possibly get 15 credit cards that same day. Don't spread it out. Because see, when you spread it out, you're going to have that new account hit your credit report. You don't want no new accounts to show up while you're doing your funding process. You want to go ahead and apply for as many as you can before anyone's new ones show up. See, Jay, check out my question. Please scroll up. I'm sorry, did I skip over it on accident? Sometimes this thing be skipping around, or I'm swiping too fast, brother. Dang, did I really skip over it? Dang, my bad, bro. Should you delete closed accounts? I'm sorry, I'm getting to yours as well. Should you delete closed auto loans? I have 2 that were good standing during the time I was paying on them. Yeah, okay, I talked about that one. I did. Yep. Yeah, I was getting to your question next. Did I really skip over it? What type of funding can be expected with a swept file? Okay, 6 revolving primaries with an average of 5 years. Okay, and I purchased a Chairman AU package. I need proper high funding. Okay, 5 years, 6. Chairman package. You can expect with those 5 years, you could expect about $100,000 in funding. Like honestly, you can expect 100K in credit cards. Combine it with some checking lines of credit as well, you might get like 120K, something like that. Just being 100 shouldn't be that hard to do to get you that much in funding. I got plenty of banks to go through, so get you about 100K. My self-lender account program just finished. Should I do it over so I can get a better credit mix? Don't do it over again. There's other forms out there. There's other ways to leverage your cash. You can use your cash somewhere else or spend $100, $200 on getting a traditional primary. But self-lending, there's no point in doing that twice. Jay, the breakdown you gave me in the cost increase sweep kind of purchase increase deal. Okay, I did skip you. I'm sorry about that. That's my fault, y'all. Can anyone with USA account add to your savings account? No. Where do you recommend to go to get a good list of bank cards that will give me good funding? I created mine. I created my own list. I added on from different resources, just looking at different resources. So you have to put your own list together of what you want to find. Some people put their list based on what credit cards they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I always wanted a Chase card. I always wanted a Amex card or something like that. So you just have to create your own list. Like I said, I do funding here if you want funding done. But, yeah, create your own list, man. Hey, bro, how many... Let me see, make sure I didn't skip anybody. Hey, bro, how many credit cards can someone apply for? Okay, gotcha. I did that one. Thanks for Navy Federal Credit Union. Just got added. Took 6 weeks, but I'm in. Hey. Let's see. Kenya Daniel. They're in deferment. Okay, your student loans are in deferment and they're still fluctuating. Now, being in deferment doesn't mean they're not, still gaining interest. They can be in deferment as well and still be gaining that interest too. So you may not have a payment, but they're still gaining interest. Once the personal loan hits your credit, will the score drop? And what you think about First Tech Credit Union? Your score will drop because you have more debt. Your score is definitely going to drop when you have more debt. You have a new account. New account is going to make your score drop. Your score dropping is not a bad thing. It's a temporary drop. As you pay it down, it's going to go right back up. Okay, but that's what happens when you get a loan. Let's see. It's positive. Okay. Can you send your link for that primary you were talking about? It's already in here in the chat, G5. Just scroll up. You'll find that. I am looking for some auto finance primaries, open or closed. I don't sell primaries with history. That's what you're looking for. I don't do that right now. Don't have any resources for that at this time. My fiance needs help with his debt. Is his debt to, I'm thinking maybe you mean debt to income ratio tab. He's trying to get a consolidation, all the bills, and he was told he needs to get his debt to ratio, or is it debt to credit, debt to income ratio down? Are you able to help with that? I mean, if he wants something removed as far as debt, yes, off his profile. That can help. He just have to have the money in order to spend to get it removed. Or he has to add some more lines of credit to his profile to help, lower his, debt to income ratio or make utilization better. Or he just need to make more freaking money. He's got to go and make more money, get another job, get a business or something to add on to his income to help that. But I say if he can't do that, he needs to pay to get something removed off as far as debt is concerned. Maybe he's got some negative debt that we can get removed for him. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. What's the best way to apply for funding for a house? My credit is fair to poor. I have no credit history and no primary trade lines. Do I need to add some primary trade lines or buy a trade line? Marcus Fair. Yes, you don't have enough history for them to go by. They have nothing to go by whatsoever. You definitely need primaries. You definitely want some revolving accounts. If you don't have any primaries, you can watch my primary videos and to get those in the description immediately and start establishing primaries today. If you wait, it will hurt you very badly. You don't need a credit sweep if you don't have any negative items, Marcus. There's no point in this sweep. With a good file, do you recommend credit card funding or personal loans? I do both. You know, I do both. I don't think either one is better or worse. You know, if I can get all the money, give me all the money. Okay, somebody asked me what I think about that particular bank. I forgot who that was. I'm sorry. I think I skipped the second latter part of your question about. Oh yeah, what you think about First Tech Credit Union? First Tech is good. They give some good loans there. So, you know, if you're able to get a loan with them, definitely apply with that if you're ready to get credit. As far as a credit union is concerned, as far as being a bank, just as far as checking account and stuff like that, I don't know about that, but I do know that their credit card is good. It's a very decent credit card they have. How much could I get for AU affiliation with a 20K card from 2006 with low utilization? Lee Green, send me an email, sir, at inquiry@jknowscredit.com. You can also watch my video on the AU affiliate program. Fill out that form, and I'll contact you. Okay. Let's see, Damian Sternovit. Who else pulls TransUnion besides Barclays and Navy? TransUnion is pulled by. TransUnion with banks is pulled based on what state you live in. There are certain banks that are major banks that only pull one bureau no matter where you live. But there are other banks that pull based on where you live and what card you're applying for. So it won't be just a generalized answer to that. Because then if I tell you they're going to pull Equifax because they pull Equifax here in North Carolina, then you run it and they pull your Experian, you're looking like I'm crazy. Okay? They do change it up. There's even credit card companies that pull, even if you live in one state, depending on what card you live in, they'll pull 2 to 3 different bureaus for different types of cards you're applying for with the same company. That's why I don't do that. Let's see, next question. Go to upgrade.com for consumer loans. I got $5,000 and paid them back within 12 months. My score skyrocketed. Nice. Also, where do you recommend to get a good list of bank cards to use? Okay, I create my own there. Do self-lenders only once? Facts. You're welcome, Dr. J. When sending letters, can I write in red ink? Yes, you can write in red ink, orange ink, blue ink, on yellow paper, on red paper, anything but white. Whatever you use, and write. Don't use white paper or don't use red or black ink. Change it up. Do you have any recommendations on good banks to get a mortgage with? Navy. That's it. That's it. And the bank ain't good because their customer service sucks. They just got the best interest rate. And that's all you really care about is the interest rate. The process is going to suck because they suck at communication. But you're talking about 30 years compared to maybe a week to 6 months, depending on how long you're talking about processing and closing on your house, of dealing with some BS compared to 30 years of dealing with the best interest rate. I go with 30 years of best interest rate, or 10-year, 15-year, whatever kind of house you want to get as far as payment is concerned. But over the long span, you want the company that's going to give you the best interest rate. That's going to be Navy. Nobody else is going to give you the best interest rate than that. If somebody finds a better interest rate than Navy, you let me know. I haven't found it. And I looked for 2 years. So, what exactly is a checking line of credit? A checking line of credit is basically like almost like having a personal loan, except for the money that's sitting in that account is not used towards your credit unless you actually use the money. If you don't use the money in that account, then it's not really reporting. So You can, it's kind of like a mix between like a personal loan and a credit card at the same time, if that makes sense to you. Because you can have a credit card and you can have a $10,000 limit, but you're not using $10,000 of the limit right now. It only counts as far as what you're going to use from it. Waiting on my suite to complete, then getting the trucker package from you for the funding, brother. Hopefully another 3 weeks. Hey, Dr. JC. Damien overstood. Getting them dreads. Yeah, man. I told you I was getting them dreads, man. Getting them dreads there. Gotta start somewhere, right? Gotta start somewhere. When doing funding with you, do I need to get into the credit unions first, or will you handle that part? When it comes to Navy Federal, you gotta do that yourself. There's certain banks I don't need your help to do. I might need you to spend some money to open an account with certain banks, but I can do that. You just give me the authorization. You can send me your card if you want and pay a little $5, $10, $100, whatever to open the card. Depending on, I'll let you know if we need to go through that part. I usually go with those banks last. That things I have to create accounts for, but you know, I'll still try to maximize the money that you can get. So I'll say, hey, I've already done this many applications for you, ma'am or sir. So far, I got you $40,000, $50,000. I need to have you spend $5, $10, $20 here to open this account. That way I can apply for a credit card for you with this particular bank. You give me authorization, or you tell me, hey, I can do it myself. If you go do it, you apply for the checking account. You give me the login. I'll log in, apply for the credit cards, things like that. All depends on your comfort level on that. Okay, let's go. Does my brother-in-law have to add me to his savings so that I can get a Navy account with Navy? No, Kenny, you can just call the 1-800 number and tell them, you know, your brother's in the Navy and they'll give you an account, or you can just have him add you. He can actually add you online and give you an account because he's your brother, so it's very easy for you to get an account very quickly. Hey Jay, can I get a $10,000 personal loan for just clean credit and AUs, or are primaries for personal loans a must? Yes, you got to have primaries with loans. For credit cards, you can get some credit cards with only AUs. They'll give you some pretty low limits, but you can get some. But yeah, it is a must. The only company that'll give you some AUs without having any primaries would be Navy. What's the difference between a credit sweep and a regular debt deletion time frame? Yep, time frame and the fact that a credit sweep does not delete inquiries. It can only delete whole accounts. Also, the credit sweep process does not include inquiries, and the credit repair process, of course, takes a longer period of time. But that's pretty much what you're paying for as far as, you know, is the time frame. Let's see. Can you apply for more than one? Can you apply for more than one personal loan? Yes. Outside of daily vids, I have personally found other videos Jay has recorded to be extremely helpful. When to add AUs, the Inquiry Bomb, the Ultimate Credit Funding Package, $14,000 in trade lines. Great. Yep. Need to watch those videos. Sleep is 45 business days or less. Regular credit repair up to 11 months. Yes, sir, Brandon. All up on it. But yes, let's see. I've seen different store cards such as Gap, American Eagle, etc. Are those type of cards only for the stores, or could they be used anywhere like a regular credit card? They're only for the stores unless they have a Visa, MasterCard logo, Discover logo, something like that. If you see regular store cards that don't have that, they're just a flat regular card. At the front of the card just says the store name and that's it. There's no Visa, MasterCard logo. That's the only place you can spend it at. The only place is going to be at their website and in the store. That's it. All right. Oh, man. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this video today. Like I said, I do have to do a whole lot, as well as send some invoices out, get some people contacted back who weren't watching this video, and let them know about how they can, you know, get their payment sent in once they get their refunds collected back to them. And yeah, of course, pick up my son and all that kind of stuff as well. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully I wasn't too ugly to look at for this whole 86 minutes. And I'll see you tomorrow around the same bat time, same bat channel. And yeah. It's your favorite guy in the hoodie, or at least he's trying to be your favorite guy in the hoodie. Jay Knows Credit, no J Boogie. And be helpful, be safe, be real. Don't give anybody no fake ish unless you have to do that because you're at work and you got to play that game because folks looking at you like you're crazy. If you're talking your real voice, understand that. Play that game while you're there. But, you know, when you're off, try to be as real as possible. Don't give that. And at some point, I hope and pray you're able to be yourself and leave your job and hopefully work for yourself if you have that type of mental capacity where you can, and, you know, still be sane. And, you know, control your own time, control your own destiny. Don't have them tell you that you can't wear hoodies. Don't have them tell you that you cannot wear dreads, because dreads are symbolic of men who are dirty or those stigmas and all that kind of crap. You know, you can just be you. You want to wear blue hair. You want your hair to be red or yellow. You want to cut all that hair off and say it's not woman-like. You want to wear sweatpants. You want to wear, you know, dress pants, whatever. You know, hopefully I hope that you're free at some point in your life where you can be free and you can be old enough to enjoy your freedom. You don't have to be 70 years old and waiting for another maybe 4 to 20 years, you know, just to live your life, not to truly live without that job. So, I said, definitely enjoyed y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for asking your questions. Hopefully I was able to give you enough information today to, you know, bless your life, bless your thoughts. Maybe I changed your thinking today, just help you level up in your thinking about relationships, maybe about your money, maybe about debt, about credit. You know what I'm saying? But my main thing is just thinking. A lot of people don't do enough thinking. They do a lot of watching, and they take what they watch and they repost what they watched in the video. They repost what they saw in a meme, in a picture. They did no research on it. They don't know if it's true or not. They don't know if it's fake news. They just share it because it's funny or it looked believable. And so I want people to think. I want you to research. I want you to know for yourself. And once you know, that's when you have power. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, anyway, that was a long closing. All good preaching goes back to the text. And hope y'all have a great day. See y'all next time.